Miami, July 5th and July 31st. Ice Cube's Big 3 is back at the Amerant Bank Arena, featuring big stars like Dwight Howard, Joe Johnson, Lance Stevenson, and more. And featuring your home team, the Miami 305, led by Michael Beasley. Grab your tickets now at big3.com/tickets or Ticketmaster. Presented by iHeart.
Evening. Buyer's remorse. Buy a new car? I'll be moving in. Let's get started.
Sorry, I think there's been a mistake. I bought it from Carvana.
You what?
Yeah, great price. I even have 7 days to love it or return it.
So there's no...
No buyer's remorse. More like buyer's rejoice.
I guess I'll let myself out. Congratulations. I mean it.
Buyer's rejoice. Buy your car today on Carvana.
Limitations and exclusions may apply. See our 7-day return policy at Carvana.com.
Not only do these guys give you the best Jazz coverage in the market, they've got you covered with the Mammoth, the Cougars, the Utes, and the Aggies. This is Chase Scott and Ben Anderson on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. I saw this. I'm trying to find I saw this tweet from Colangelo's last burner, Ben, who said the Lakers are holding Bronny hostage. Brilliant. Brilliant. So you pick up his deal and you keep him on the roster, and wherever LeBron signs,
they have to give you
a second-round pick, which is what they spent on Bronny in the first place.
Okay.
So you recoup that.
That's really funny.
That sunk cost. That's brilliant. Man, maybe Pelinka's smarter than any of us have ever given him credit.
No, but that's not a bad move.
No, I'm telling you, the fact that Pelinka's not good at his job is a big wild card in this Kessler situation.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because a desperate man at the end of his rope who wasn't that bright to begin with, he can make a bold move, a bold offer to a Jazz restricted free agent.
Absolutely. You're working somewhere where you know you're not going to be there and somebody accidentally gave you the company card. You know you're not going to be there on the next trip. Sure, run it up. Let's get some steaks. Let's get some Walker Kessler going.
All right. Speaking of LeBron, and we can get back to this convo, but I talk to you and to our wonderful absorbers all the time about Adele and her rabbit ears and her long reach and her manipulation of the media and manipulation of the basketball world. Well, can I present to you some evidence?
Mm-hmm.
Kendrick Perkins.
Okay.
Kendrick was on one of those stupid ESPN shows today and had this to say about Adele's fiance, Rich Paul.
Rich Paul, little turtle head, snotty nose ass, called me all throughout the season. Every time I'm on TV, I get a text message from him. I've been calling him for 2 days now. And he's been ignoring me. We got a problem.
Dude, why is Rich Paul texting Perk every day? Why is he? I mean, he's got his minions in the media.
Nose ass.
You missed the turtle-headed. Yeah.
Why? I mean, we know that Shams is in his pocket, her pocket.
Uh-huh.
We know that Kendrick Perkins apparently is in her pocket. Why is Rich Paul texting all these people every day?
Yeah.
Paul, little turtle head, snotty nose ass.
And Kendrick, let me tell you something. He's using you.
Yes.
He hasn't talked to you because he's got nothing that he wants to use you for to get out into the world. He's using you. I can just imagine that text exchange. Loved your segment today on Worst Take. I thought it was just terrific. One thing
stuff.
though, can you float out there that we need to get LeBron more money? Thank you.
Or this
Thank
is actually
you.
what's happening.
Yeah.
You say this
right.
to shape it a little bit. Give him a wall to bounce off of to kind of redirect where you want the story to go.
Hint. Big Perk.
Yeah.
He's not talking to you because he's got nothing to use you for. He's using you. He's manipulating your segment on Worst Take, and it's hilarious that you fall for it.
That you didn't realize this is what happens
you didn't
all the
realize
time.
it. Now you're mad because he won't get back to you? I wonder why.
Yeah, there are people that you and I in our business talk to, reach out to, try and get background information on, trying to understand what's happening. It's part of the job. You have to do it. Sometimes you get a response. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes other people are proactive. and reach out to you. And you have to realize, A, that is part of kind of the give and take of the job. You don't get to get angry at the end then when he's not responding to you. Yeah, it's not a friendship, Perk. Rich Paul he's not a fan of yours.
So offended.
You just have the biggest microphone right now. There's just nobody else. Before you, it was Bill Simmons. Before you, it was whoever has filled this job at ESPN as one of their basketball analysts. Yeah, so I'm worried more about Perk not recognizing.
Perk. Listen to Perk for a minute, and I'm not so sure. He's not easily manipulated. There you go.
Easily fooled.
Easily
Rich
fooled.
Paul, little turtle head, snotty nose ass.
Now, on the other side of it,
Burning a bridge, though.
by burning a bridge, you are also doing yourself a disservice. So that also is not the appropriate response. But go get him. I tell you, Big Perk has really turned saying stupid stuff on the talk snap into quite the career for himself. Mm-hmm. And by the way, I love it when former athletes will actually say something. So I don't entirely dislike Big Perk.
Agreed.
Because get out there and actually give us your opinion or being willing to say something negative, heaven forbid. Mm-hmm. But still not so sure his analysis is always spot on.
Meaningful, spot on, certainly.
But Barkley isn't either. Like, Barkley isn't a great analyst because he's right all the time. Not even close.
Right.
But he's willing to speak his mind, and he's not afraid of the Rich Pauls of the world.
Totally
which
agree.
Apparently Kendrick Perkins is.
Well, we've talked about this. This was a bit of a master, I'll call it a perfect storm. Mm. If you want to control the NBA, have the best player be on the best team or the biggest team. Mm-hmm. Maybe not the best team, but the biggest team. LeBron being in LA gave LeBron, Rich Paul, Adele, Kurt, Linda, Jeannie, the whole conglomerate, a ton of power. You controlled the narrative, controlled a lot of media members. People got to realize, and I like all of these people, but look at the people who left our local jobs here, who went to LA and springboarded those into much bigger jobs, right? Bill Oram went and wrote for, not the Times, I think he was at the OC Register. Now he's the top columnist in Portland. Mm-hmm. Kyle Goon did the same thing. I think he was the OC Register. Maybe he went to a smaller paper and is now the top columnist in Baltimore. Just going through and covering LeBron turns you into somebody. Being close to LeBron has that type of power if you can get a real job there. Everyone knows who McMenamin is. Most people don't know who the beat writer is for other players, other teams, but you're close to McMenamin, people know who you are. So this was really powerful for Rich Paul, all those people we just mentioned, LeBron, certainly. Again, it's so strange. I'm so curious to see what happens when the power's gone, because he does not control the next LeBron right now. He doesn't have the next LeBron. He doesn't have the next kind of power piece.
Well, that's why he sent his mold to San Antonio.
He is
but
trying
I don't
to get
know,
in with Wemby.
I don't know if it's working.
It doesn't seem like it's working, and Wemby's maybe the wrong cat to go after because he's just kind of a weird dude. But I don't know who's going to control the NBA narrative going forward if it's not LeBron, and if it's not, who gets power back? Because
hopefully anyone else. Literally anyone.
But you remember in baseball forever it was Scott Boras, right? Well, he had the best players, and all the best players went to the Yankees. It was the same thing. It was the best players on the biggest stage. LeBron, biggest player, best player on the biggest stage. Now that's going away. I have heard positive things about Rich Paul actually as an agent from people who know how agents work. But I'm sure he has always liked being able to reach out to anyone he wants, because you do listen to Rich Paul when LeBron's in the league. There are a lot of agents that reach out to a lot of writers to have stories written, and they simply say, oh, no, we're not interested. I would be willing to bet that Aaron Mintz, the agent for Walker, reached out to more people than just Sam Amick. And a bunch of people probably told him no, and Sam Amick said yes. If I'm just being honest with how the business works sometimes. We're going to tell you what our side of the story is. Do you want to write the story? Sam says yes. Shams says no. Tim McMahon says no. Whoever it is, whoever the writers are on that side, and they say no. So that is kind of the ugly part of the business, but I will be curious how Rich Paul and Adele, which I actually hope he gains power because I don't want to lose the drop.
I do like the drop.
From a selfish standpoint,
I do like the joke.
I don't want to lose Linda. I don't want to lose Adele.
I don't want to lose Linda either. Nobody wants to lose Linda.
It's one of our first ones. Like outside of like that, it's kind of like the second longest running one.
I know. So yeah, I'm with you. I hope he lands Wemby.
Selfishly,
Wemby.
We need him to get somebody.
Somebody good. LeBron opting to take his talent somewhere else, which again is a different way of saying was chased out of town. Real quick, before we talk about those ramifications, grade LeBron's 8 years in L.A.
Oh, like decent D?
I'm glad you're so
like
low.
High percentage D?
I was thinking about a C. I love it that you went to a D.
No, I mean, we're talking about a guy
I am so rubbing off on you.
who seriously, now that we've seen the end of it, now that, right,
Now it's over.
we've put a period at the end of this sentence. The only other player, truthfully, who, we talked about this yesterday, if he'd played with a chip on his shoulder or whatever it was, actually has the talent, and may actually, from a raw talent standpoint, is just better than Michael. Squandered 8 years, including probably the last 4 of his true prime, which is one of the great primes anyone's ever had because his physical gifts allowed his prime to last so long. And the only thing he got out of it was one championship, and it was the championship inside the bubble that if they were going and playing on the road, he probably doesn't win.
Kind of doesn't count.
So, no, this is not a successful run. Now, the Lakers can say, well, we parlayed LeBron, moved right into Luka. That's good for us. We always had this face. But they were truthfully, outside of having the microphone, which I just went on a diatribe about for 10 minutes and probably bored everyone to death, that was the only value the Lakers really had. That was the only way they actually mattered. They rarely factored into what was happening on the court in the most important games every season.
Yeah.
They were playing on Christmas. They played on opening night. People watched. They made one other conference finals and they got swept by the Nuggets.
Yeah, under Darvin Ham. Then they fired him.
Yeah, it's like this is not one of the great runs we've ever seen. In fact, we might look back and say, why did LeBron somehow not have a better career? I mean, you're going to look, he has every number except for the championships. And it probably is the decision to go to L.A. and either Rob Pelinka not build around him or LeBron being LeBron GM and not doing a good job of it and squandering opportunities to win titles that better players or better situations would have provided.
Yeah, right, sure. I totally agree.
8 years, one title. If you had said
not even
that,
a good one.
If you had said that, people would have said, ooh, something went wrong.
When he initially signed, that was not how people were talking.
One finals appearance, right?
Yeah, that's it. And then one conference finals,
yeah.
And then the rest are either one and dones or didn't make it at all.
People would have said LeBron got hurt. LeBron must have been hurt the whole time, and he wasn't. So this was not a good run.
What was it after one of the short playoff runs when LeBron showed up with a cast or something and like a week later? So, yeah, I don't know. I think Cleveland, or he's so desperate to stay in LA he signs with the Clippers. That's still my theories.
He goes now that Kawhi's gone.
We'll see if he goes to Golden State.
I think Golden State or Miami are both really on the table.
How much money does Miami have? They couldn't have much.
$180,000. Everyone has the veteran minimum.
Right.
So.
Do you think LeBron's taking the vet minimum?
I wonder if he honestly wants to get another title. He's at 4.
Well, Miami, even with LeBron's not winning a title anytime
Knicks
soon.
just won a title. I think you have a better pathway of winning with the Knicks, with the Heat, than you do the Cavaliers or the Warriors. So if he does want to sell himself on this idea, he could do that.
With Giannis.
Yes. Without it looking like he's ring chasing. Which actually the Warriors and Cavs don't project ring chasing either. So, if he was going to join the Spurs right now, or the Knicks, people would be like, ring chaser, LeBron, ridiculous. He can go to Miami and say, I brought another one to Miami on the off chance they were to win one, which they would not.
Probably wouldn't hate going back to Miami.
Yeah, Miami's beautiful. He's beloved there. I don't think people really were mad at him when he left. Giannis does all the hard work.
He can
a
just
lot
stay
of good
at one
defensive
end.
players all around him. Yeah, right. Bam, Giannis, Wiggins is an awesome defensive trio.
Do you think Pat Riley would sign up for that again?
Maybe for a year.
That
Especially
is
with Spo doing it.
that is the one person who was
Yeah.
bent about the LeBron
Yeah,
thing was
you're
Pat
right.
Riley because he had just selected some idiot in the draft that LeBron really wanted.
No, it's
Who was it? It was the UConn guy.
my elevator ride.
I want to say Shabazz Napier. Yeah.
Good pull.
LeBron goes to Twitter. He's like, I like this Shabazz guy. Pat Riley has to take him, and then he bounces.
If you don't know the story, I was one of the last times or first times I went to the draft. I've been 4 or 5 times. I can't remember exactly how many. I was in the elevator with him, with Shabazz. And I said, getting called out by LeBron, that's pretty cool. And he looks at me and he goes, yeah. He puts his head down and doesn't say a word the rest of the elevator ride. And that was one of the more awkward elevator rides of my life.
Yeah, it's because he was so tired of hearing that. So he's like, I was pretty great in college, right?
Yeah, ironically, you know what? This is funny. This is full circle. This year in New York, I rode on the elevator with Cameron Carr, the Baylor guard, who got drafted in the first round at the pre-lottery. He also got drafted by LeBron's team. Now LeBron has since left the team as of today, but another Laker rookie. Well, LeBron rookie. And
Not a great. He doesn't have a great track record.
I didn't ask about drafting rookies.
Yeah.
Oh, horrendous.
Yeah.
No, the best ones he's done is traded Wiggins for Kevin Love.
I wonder why great talents struggle recognizing great talents in others.
Because they only view how that talent reflects on them.
Meaning,
you only get a guard who you think would do something that helps you as a player. You yourself.
like Michael Jordan famously made them draft Adam Morris.
Like if I went and bought a bunch of clothes that I like that would look good on me and make you wear them, they would probably not look very good.
Right.
That's what he's doing.
But, LeBron trading for Rusty is wild.
I wonder if they start to think the accolades are part of the skill and not a reflection of the skill. Like the fact that you're a multi-time All-Star means you actually are something. No, ideally, the All-Star just reflects people's opinion of you. Mm-hmm. You're not actually like All-Star games aren't a skill. Your skill got you there. They're not the reason you crossed the line, though. They're just like it's a trophy.
Ben Simmons is the ultimate example of that, in my opinion.
Sure.
Because he could wave around these All-Star appearances, and it's like just because people thought you were good.
Yeah.
Doesn't, you know what I mean?
Or you might actually be good, but making you a 4-time All-Star doesn't mean you're a good fit on a team. Mm-mm. It just means you're a 4-time All-Star. So I wonder if some of the best players see other guys like, well, he's kind of in my realm.
But is it an accident that Danny Ainge, who's historically been an excellent front office person, one of the GOATs, is it, and no offense to Danny Ainge, but is it any coincidence that he was not a star player?
No, I suspect the two are related.
Does that increase his ability to recognize talent?
I suspect the two are related, yes.
Now, Larry Bird is a funny one, right? Because he was an excellent coach, but a terrible GM. Just terrible. Kevin McHale, terrible GM. And Kevin McHale wasn't the best player in the league, but
Hall of
he
Famer,
was,
though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I wonder if being like Phil Jackson, who wasn't a good GM but certainly was a good coach, he was just a guy. He was an NBA player for the Knicks on those championship teams.
You mentioned Jerry.
He was just
Jerry Sloan, of course. Larry Bird might be the best combo because he coached some very good Pacers teams. But you go back and you look at his assistant coaches, and it's the great coaches in the NBA for the next decade.
Yeah, it's like Rick Carlisle.
Yeah, he just had every good coach on his staff.
He was such a bad GM that take is inaccurate.
Yeah.
As bad as Danny Ainge was as a coach, he's a better candidate for that tag than Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Larry Bird ruined the Pacers twice. Ruined them once.
Yep.
They hired a GM, and the GM fixed it and had them going right back in the right direction. Remember, they drafted Danny Granger, and they drafted Paul George, and then they got back to Hibbert, and they got back on the right trajectory, and then they plugged Larry back in, and then next thing you know, he blew it to pieces. They were pushing LeBron in Miami to like 6 and 7 games in the playoffs, and they're like, Larry, come back in and run things. He's like, I'll take it apart within a couple of years.
Jerry West is the best combo of both.
Was he a good coach?
Good exec. No, good exec.
Was he ever a coach?
I don't know.
So he couldn't be a combo of both. I don't know if he was ever a coach.
Let's see.
He might have been like a player coach back when that was a thing.
Bill Russell style.
Yeah.
He was a coach of the Lakers for 3 years.
Okay.
He coached 22 total games.
Well, that's...
No, that was playoffs. Excuse me. Okay, so he did do some regular seasons. He did 246 games.
All right, stay tuned. We'll have more for you.
Above 500.
Straight ahead, including a comment from Walker Kessler to an unlikely source.
Oh, there's never been two worlds of Jakes colliding.
That's amazing.
This is the best.
Yeah,
This is as good as it gets.
We'll get to that next. Kailer Yamamoto is going to be on the show at 3:45. Stay tuned. It's Jake and Ben Show, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Miami, July 5th and July 31st. Ice Cube's Big 3 is back at the Amerant Bank Arena, featuring big stars like Dwight Howard, Joe Johnson, Lance Stevenson, and more. And featuring your home team, the Miami 305, led by Michael Beasley. Grab your tickets now at big3.com/tickets or Ticketmaster. Presented by iHeart.
We all take good care of the things that matter. Our homes, our pets, our cars. Are you doing the same for your brain? Acting early to protect brain health may help reduce the risk of dementia from conditions like Alzheimer's disease. Studies have found that up to 45% of dementia cases may be prevented or delayed by managing risk factors you can change. Make brain health a priority. Ask your doctor about your risk factors and for a cognitive assessment. Learn more at brainhealthmatters.com.
Best thing that's ever happened to you financially. Go.
Easy. Sold my car on Carvana. Amazing offer.
Really? I hit 200 on the scratcher.
Did the scratcher come to your house and hand you a check?
No.
How many scratchers did you hit to get that? I hit a button on Carvana.com once.
Okay, that's fair.
It's like the lottery, except you always win.
Not like the lottery at all, actually.
Exactly. Inexplicably good. Offers worth bragging about. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.
You're listening to this podcast, so you've got a curious mind. Here's a helpful fact. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $900 on average. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $946 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2024 and May 2025. Potential savings will vary.
Not only do these guys give you the best Jazz coverage in the market, they've got you covered with the Mammoth, the Cougars, the Utes, and the Aggies. This is Jake Scott and Ben Anderson on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Jake Scott, Ben Anderson. Kailer Yamamoto is going to join the show like 12 minutes from right now, so make sure and stay tuned for that. We're going to do Hot Take Tuesday today at like 4:30.
I might get fired for mine.
Really? Is it controversial or what?
It's a heater.
Okay, all right. Well, that's
like the World Cup lady?
It's made me think of the World Cup lady a lot.
The one who was going at the Beaks?
Abigail Velez, is that her name? Abby? Yeah.
Who riled up the...
It's more of a question than a take.
Okay.
So I need to get your guys' opinions on it.
Walker Kessler has spoken, Ben. And is this... let me bring up the video again. Is this at the airport?
Yes.
He was tracked down at the airport by none other than TMZ.
First of all, Walk, you carrying your own bags, my guy?
Yeah, what? What's the matter with that?
You didn't fly private? You went to LAX?
Okay, I don't know. Maybe he's not. Are
you about to sign a $130 million contract?
Well, he's not a Laker yet.
CAA. Aaron Mintz didn't put you on a tiny plane to get you out there. It's weird.
When did you get so snobby?
When you're a guy who's going to meet and be the top, free agent, potentially in the NBA, starting at 30 minutes from now, a little weird to be walking through LAX by yourself. If I were this, I would definitely be a snob.
Anywho, TMZ caught up with Walker Kessler. Let's hear how that went.
What's up, man? Welcome to LA. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Hey, you have a big meeting today. Good luck. I appreciate it, man. How's the whole process feeling?
Oh, that's good, man. Feel good about it.
You hear LeBron? Big news like 15 minutes ago. LeBron says he's moving on.
I did see that. Yeah.
Is that like? Were you hoping to play with him?
I mean, obviously he's one of the greatest players of all time, so he would have been great to play with. But we just gotta see what happens, man.
Luka and Austin ain't bad, right?
Great players too, man. No question.
Any message to LA fans?
I'm here, man.
Said, "I'm here, man."
I'm here, man.
I don't pretend to know Walker Kessler well. I've talked to him now for 4 years. He didn't talk a whole lot this year because he was gone.
You brunch on the weekends sometimes.
Never brunched, but, I've talked to him weekly for 6 months out of the year for whatever, 3 out of the last 4 years. I truly cannot imagine him having to deal with LA media all the time. And I don't mean LA media like Tim McMenamin putting a mic in his face in the locker room, which I don't think he would probably love doing a whole lot of, though he's pretty good with media or sitting at the podium or whatever. I mean this nonsense. Hey, man, did you hear? What happened to Luka and AR? I mean, you can already hear in his voice he's just trying to get out of this conversation as quickly as possible.
He's loving it.
I don't think he's loving it.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
I'll be curious if his girlfriend loved it. The Miss America. She might be more prone for it. Then again, we haven't seen a whole lot of her post Miss America. So.
Are they still together?
Yeah, they were just in Outer Banks, I think, like you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Somewhere over there at a wedding. But I am really curious to see how he'll handle this, if he wants this. Remember Jabari Parker came to visit BYU, and he's like, that was crazy. He's like, that was too much for me. He probably always just wanted to go to Duke anyways.
I always hated that narrative.
But
because who knows if that's even true. And it was a weird way to blame the fans for not
picking BYU
for not
as an
picking
LDS person.
None of that matters, though. It doesn't. None of that matters. What matters is how high he can get the Lakers to offer him on a contract. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's obviously his priority. He's got to make as much money as possible. If this were the Bucks, he'd be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't think he cares about the paparazzi. I don't think he cares about I don't think you said it earlier in the show. I don't think he cares about the purple and yellow. I don't think he cares about any of that. I think he cares about getting the most money possible.
Mm-hmm.
It's the hard part is when you have a young player that isn't an automatic max. The failure with the Jazz evaluating Gordon Hayward is they did not evaluate him as a max player, and that made it ticklish. The problem is that Walker Kessler isn't a max player, so it makes the decision a lot more difficult. It's crazy that San Antonio made Kawhi Leonard go into a restricted free agency, especially in retrospect. That's wild.
Yeah.
The Jazz would much prefer to have either, let's just cut this guy, or it's an automatic max out. When it gets into the middle, it gets tricky, and then all of a sudden you get into other team situations. Charlotte had a terrible team that didn't cost them any money, and so they could max out Gordon Hayward without even blinking.
Mm-hmm.
So the Jazz should never have let Gordon Hayward get to that point. Walker Kessler isn't automatically a max-it-out player. They have a number that they have for Walker.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is that the Lakers are desperate, and there's no defending bad NBA teams from making bad deals and contracts.
Correct.
That's the problem with restricted free agency. If you really want to look at just how awful some NBA teams are, go look at the first year the new TV money, soon to be old TV money, but the new TV deal kicked in and the salary cap went up 15%. Go look at some of those wild deals that NBA teams signed to average players.
Yeah.
Well, who's the most notorious? Otto Porter is one, right?
A huge one.
Who was it in Memphis? Chandler Parsons?
Timothy Mozgov.
Mozgov
got an absolute bag. Yeah.
Because these bad franchises can't help themselves.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden it's like, LeBron's gone and we've got $50 million to spend. Well, let's just go give Walker Kessler a max deal because we can and we're desperate.
Didn't Bismack Biyombo get?
He got a big one from Toronto, right?
Yeah, he got something. That was crazy.
I mean, that first offseason was wild because teams were
making $17 million a year.
Making crazy bad decisions left and right because all of a sudden they had all this room, all this money burning a hole in their pocket.
Mm-hmm.
You think these teams know what they're doing. They don't.
No, they don't. And there's
so,
limited options, and they're trying to keep Luka happy.
Ben Anderson looks at Walker Kessler and goes, $29 million feels probably about right for that guy.
Right.
Well, the Lakers have a different opinion, likely, and theirs is the only one that matters.
So let me ask you this. Do you think the Jazz have made a mistake in how they've handled this? Before we get to 20 minutes from now and free agency opens.
The hard part is I don't know what he was asking for last offseason.
I don't think the Jazz made an offer last season.
Oh, well, they knew what he wants. Of course.
Probably, yeah.
I don't know what he was asking. If he was asking to get maxed out, what are you going to do? And not bending on that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was worth the risk not to give him that kind of deal, but I don't know that.
Yeah, that is the information that is very hard to know.
Yes, I think if this were a perfect world, they should have extended him at the perfect number last year, of course. But I have no idea
what he wanted. If that's changed.
Yeah, if he was being unreasonable,
right?
Then, yeah, I have no clue.
And some of the rumor here is, to the defense of the Jazz and to what you're saying of not knowing what the number is, was when Luka got traded to the Lakers, when he was signing an extension, he had a list of guys he wanted them to go and acquire, and Walker's on the list.
Yeah.
So Walker heard that, Walker's agent heard that, whatever, and they said, okay, we're going to wait to get our deal.
That's
now, Walker
the game.
said he was frustrated that he didn't get a contract last summer. So
I'm sure
he
was.
wanted one.
Yeah.
But
at what number? At what number?
Right.
To what
if
extent?
It was still $40 million a year and the Jazz didn't do it, I don't think that's a mistake.
Right. And he wasn't a guy that they should have given the max to. Gordon Hayward was a guy they should have given the max to. They played a stupid game there that they were going to lose. The minute they signed Derek Favors to a team-friendly deal, they really sealed their fate with Gordon Hayward.
Yeah.
Because they wanted the same thing, and it just wasn't going to happen.
Right.
So, I don't know. It's tough to say if they made a mistake. I mean, I'm sure they prefer not to be in the situation they're in, but I don't know.
They wanted to have cap space this summer to maintain their maneuverability. Most of that's gone because of the Jaren Jackson Jr. thing. Obviously, they didn't know they were getting Jaren Jackson Jr. at the time. I am curious what their target was if it wasn't. If the Jazz hadn't acquired Jaren Jackson Jr. by now, I think they would have been all in on Jaylen Brown. Would be my guess.
Nobody's all in on Jaylen Brown.
Apparently not.
Nobody is.
Yeah, but the Jazz would have needed somebody. Anyways.
Or they could have been patient another year. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Stay tuned. We've got Kailer Yamamoto coming up next. But let's give away some tickets. Win your way into the Front Row Card Show, July 4th and 5th at the Hyatt Regency in Salt Lake City. It's the ultimate weekend for collectors of sports cards, trading card games, comics, and more. Caller 12 right now, 801-575-ZONE. We're hooking you up with a pair of tickets to experience Salt Lake City's biggest collectible event. Get more details at frontrowcardshow.com. 801-575-ZONE. Kailer Yamamoto coming up next. Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Miami, July 5th and July 31st. Ice Cube's Big 3 is back at the Amerant Bank Arena, featuring big stars like Dwight Howard, Joe Johnson, Lance Stevenson, and more. And featuring your home team, the Miami 305, led by Michael Beasley. Grab your tickets now at big3.com/tickets or Ticketmaster. Presented by iHeart.
Best thing that's ever happened to you financially. Go.
Easy. Sold my car on Carvana. Amazing offer.
Really? I hit 200 on the scratcher.
Did the scratcher come to your house and hand you a check?
No.
How many scratchers did you hit to get that? I hit a button on Carvana.com once.
Okay, that's fair.
It's like the lottery, except you always win.
Not like the lottery at all, actually.
Exactly. Inexplicably good. Offers worth bragging about. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.
Not only do these guys give you the best Jazz coverage in the market, they've got you covered with the Mammoth, the Cougars, the Utes, and the Aggies. This is Jake Scott and Ben Anderson on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Jake Scott, Ben Anderson. Time to welcome in our next guest. Ben, fresh off signing a new 2-year contract, coming off a hot playoff run with 5 points in 6 games against the Vegas Golden Knights. The glue guy, Kailer Yamamoto, with us here on Jake and Ben. In fact, you can catch Kailer streaming as well at KSLSports.com. Catch him on the video link. What's going on, Kailer?
Hey,
Congratulations.
Kailer.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys. It's good to be here.
How did this summer go for you? I know it's kind of just beginning still, and there's some time left, but you get your deal done. What were those negotiations like? Were you excited to be back in Salt Lake?
I was absolutely stoked. The organization from top to bottom, it's one of the best organizations I've played for. Sorry, I have the France game on in the back. Sorry.
Wow, he's getting choked up. He's so happy to be in Salt Lake. Oh, no, the France game's on.
No, but no, it was, to be able to be, part of this organization, the guys were unbelievable. The coaches are great. Kind of from top to bottom, it's, it's truly been remarkable. I was very fired up, and, my summer's been pretty chill so far. I don't know if you guys know, I just had a kid June 7th. So, trying to figure out how to be a dad right now. Not much sleep, but not trying to figure out how to be a dad and, get in the weight room as much as I can and on the ice.
Girl or boy?
Boy.
Congratulations. You're talking to two guys that are proud dads. I'm wearing a dad shirt right now. So, and our producer, Christian, has a newborn. So we're all proud dads, no doubt. Tell us what, playoff run, give Vegas a shot. Tell us what you learned from that experience and what you're taking on into the future. A lot of people hoping you take the next step next year.
Absolutely. I think just from a team standpoint, that we can play with anybody. I thought we had a really good, playoffs against Vegas. I thought a couple games, I almost thought we should have had them. In my opinion, I thought we were one of the closest teams to beating them. Obviously Carolina beat them, but, I thought we put a very good showing up. And that just shows you, our team's only getting better. And, I think in the future, our team's going to be, very good and, going to be competing definitely for a playoff spot and, for the Stanley Cup.
You've been through this process a little bit with a young team before, and you saw it with Draisaitl, obviously, and you saw some of the talent coming up with McDavid. What does a young team have to go through as they try and reach the pinnacle, as they try and learn how to get to the playoffs, play in the playoffs, and then ultimately start to win series?
Yeah, I think it starts with a little bit of struggle. Obviously, not many teams have. Besides, I want to say Vegas maybe who have came out and, gotten deep in the playoffs. I think you got to learn those struggles, whether that's, losing a 1-goal game, winning 5-3 or, losing a heartbreaker in overtime. I think those struggles are good and, you can only learn from those and, get better. So I think going into next year, I think we're going to learn a lot. Obviously there's going to be a lot of video. I know when we come back to camp and, kind of learn that stuff. So I think that's one of the biggest things that I've learned, playing at Edmonton, obviously losing a couple of those rounds. Those guys, it was a struggle, but then you look back and 3-4 years, they're going back-to-back Stanley Cup finals. They're still working their way there, but, I think that's, it's going to be really good for our team and, it's only going to help us grow in the future.
What's it like to play for Coach Tierney, and are you glad you're going to get to continue to play with him, for him, excuse me?
Yeah, no, I love him. Off the bat, he showed confidence in me. He can play me in any position, which is, very, for me alone, that's, that means a lot. But no, I liked him as a guy, loved him as a coach. So it's, I'm excited that he signed a multi-year contract.
You did something really unusual as a kind of a later first-round pick. You made opening night roster, right, as a rookie?
Yep. Yeah, I did.
What are those young guys now? Because obviously, again, this is a very young roster, and we talked to Caleb Denoyer about an hour and a half ago. What are those guys going through as they're just trying to break through and cracking on an actual NHL roster?
They're going through a whirlwind right now. Just going from the draft, being drafted, walking up on stage, to go into their first development camp, to, training for the rest of the summer. I know a lot of guys are probably going to World Junior camps too as well. Then stepping on the ice for their first training camp. It's a lot, a lot of nerve wrack. You're meeting a lot of new people, a lot of different players. You're playing against NHL pros now. So when I was in those shoes, it's a lot. Mentally it's a lot, physically it's a lot. It's a long summer. So, I know what those guys are going through, but, obviously the new technology, kind of all the new toys that, all the younger guys are getting, what we're getting now. It's pretty tremendous what they can do for the body, for your mental too. So, I think they're in good hands and, but they're in for a long summer, that's for sure.
Your line in the playoffs with Logan Cooley and Dylan Guenther had some really great moments. Why does it work with you three together so well?
Those two are both unbelievable hockey players, to be Gunther's 22, Dylan's 21. For them to be doing what they're doing in the NHL right now at this young of an age, it's pretty remarkable to see. I only know they're going to get better every year. But no, I think we just read off each other. You know, they both have high compete levels, their vision, their shot making ability. It's pretty incredible to watch and, you know, to play with on the ice. And, you know, I think when you have three of those things, you know, and everyone's working to get the puck back and, you know, kind of stuff like that, things work.
All right, what's the rest of your summer hold? You said you've got the newborn. Are you able to do anything outside? I mean, it's fun to be a dad, don't get me wrong, but anything fun planned for the next few months?
No, I think we're actually just hanging out. This is going to be one of the first summers, you know, where we haven't planned a trip. We're kind of just going to hang out, you know, with the little guy, you know, get settled in, maybe play some golf here or there, but no, focusing on just training and, you know, skating this summer.
How's your swaddle technique? Is it getting pretty good?
Oof. Not great. I'm getting better, but no, not great. You know, that was the one thing they kind of taught us in the hospital. But yeah, my swaddle, like a normal swaddle is not good. We actually my wife just bought one. It's actually a really cool one. It's like a swaddle, but it's like a zipper. It's pretty tight, but he loves his arms sleeping like this, like up. So the swaddle, like it like makes his arms like sleep like this. He can still like move a little bit, but yeah, we just got it, I think 2 days ago, and, you know, he's sleeping like a champ right now, so it's been good.
Man, a blessing right there.
What's the one teammate you would not name your son after?
Ooh.
And why is it spicy tuna?
I actually don't mind spicy. You know, I actually don't know. That's a good question. I'll have to get back to you guys. I can't throw anybody under the bus right now.
That's probably a good thing.
Well, look, you're going to start seeing. I mean, the Mammoth have really taken hold in Utah. You're going to start seeing kids named Clayton and Logan and Gunther. I mean, it's really going to happen.
And Kailer.
Kailer, no question about it.
Great name.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Kailer, we appreciate you taking some time out for us, really. Congratulations on the contract. We appreciate it. And good luck with, of course, being a dad and with the offseason.
Excited to have you around.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. You guys take care.
You too. Thanks, Kailer. Kailer Yamamoto re-signed with the Utah Mammoth, 2-year contract. And a new dad. How cool is that?
Yeah, the best, man.
That is awesome.
Again, he's been around a long time, right? He's been in the league for 8 or 9 years. He's like a true veteran. He's a 26-year-old. He's still a young person having a kid.
Yeah.
Like, the world is still just coming at you.
Dude, he's right with the zipper swaddle. We had the Velcro thing, and that just made a huge difference.
Yep.
I could never get it tight enough the
you got to get
way.
The technology has evolved. It's okay to use it.
Throw a little Velcro on there. Christian, how's your swaddle? You're a couple months in.
We did like those stretchy swaddle. It was like a stretchy material. Yeah, you can really get that tight. We did also have the zipper one, and it was great.
Yeah.
We are transitioning out of the swaddle right now. And that's been
he's got to be twice the size he was when he was born already.
Oh, dude, he's huge. Yeah.
Into the sleep sack.
Yep.
Into that phase.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, man. I don't miss having a newborn.
Nope.
Those babies are cute, but it's tough.
Nope, not at all. I would love to have grandkids at one point, but my oldest is 13, so let's wait.
You got to wait. 15 long time.
Years.
Yeah, at least. By the way, he was watching France and Sweden. France is up 1-0.
I know. Was it Mbappe? I think it was Mbappe. But this is probably a better. Oh, Sweden just got one off the post. Oh, that was a replay.
This is
okay.
A replay,
We're at halftime.
Ben. Come on.
I was like, wow. Sorry.
Are you serious, dude? What? We're talking.
I wasn't even looking at the score.
We're talking to an NHL player, and you're not watching World Cup soccer. I mean, come on.
Well, he was watching.
He was watching. We thought he got emotional.
I honestly thought he got choked up. You're watching the video stream. I don't have the stream up.
Yeah, no, he got a little distracted, which is fine.
Yeah. It was nice of him to jump on. Again, thanks to the Mammoth and Jeffrey getting us all
Have
set up.
you ever thought of that cliche question, what your first purchase would be if you signed a big contract in professional sports? And he signed others, but I mean,
sure.
You know what I'm saying? You ever thought of that? And don't give me a house for mom. I don't want to hear any of that.
Okay. Jeez.
I've been distracted again.
It's been so unrealistic in my life.
You've never thought about it? What the first purchase would be if all of a sudden you were flush with more dough than you've ever seen in your life?
Probably something stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably something I don't need.
Like
which is the idea.
Kenny Powers jet ski?
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. Like wouldn't be practical. I would specifically want to do something impractical.
Uh-huh.
It's not like I'd set up a bank account.
No, that's why that joke in Eastbound and Down is so funny. I mean, jet ski is the most impractical, stupid thing. It is the last thing he has from his rich days.
Correct. He held on to
everything else.
It was the sign, though, of his wealth.
But held on to the jet ski. That's why that's a funny bit.
You?
I don't know. It used to be like a sweet boat, but now that I get vertigo, I don't know if that's a. That was always my
You
my
get motion
answer.
sickness, so you can't do that.
I don't get motion sick. I get vertigo.
Oh,
it is
vertigo.
it is a different thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I do not get seasick. I get vertigo.
Okay.
I think I'd rather get vertigo than seasickness, honestly, but maybe not. So I don't know what it would be.
Seasickness is restricted to the sea. That's the nice thing.
Is it?
I would think so.
No, motion sick is motion sick. It's just, it goes by seasickness.
Sure,
If you get motion sick on a roller coaster,
Sure, okay.
it's the same.
You went to
as,
Lagoon, you still had a good time.
It's the same as, yeah. I can do roller coasters and stuff. Vertigo is something different. Good times. So no, not a boat. I don't know. That's a long way. Probably some Tom Ford glasses.
You've already got those.
Oh yeah. Forgot.
Hey, where is his glasses?
Yeah, you haven't
He
had them
can't
today.
see without his glasses.
All right, we'll have more coming up next. Free agency opens in 3 minutes. And by the way, we haven't had any Shams deals leak. You said we would get some early.
I thought 59. It's 57.
We have not gotten
I will
any
be
early.
watching. I'll have my phone right up next to
Like, if
the
you
clock.
think about it, why would Shams report that somebody broke the rules?
I don't know. People are stupid.
Is Shams stupid?
No, he's not. And he's not competing with anyone now. I mean, he actually had some competition where he was trying to compete with Woj. And then for a minute there, Chris B. Haynes kind of jumped up and was kind of going head-to-head.
Even then, he's not going to get a team fine.
Jake Fisher was kind of going head-to-head.
Well, remember when ESPN burned their bridge with the Jazz? So Chris Haynes was breaking all the Jazz news for like 2 weeks?
Yes, I do.
But they're not. I mean, think about it, Ben. You're not going to. You're not going to report news, even if you know it, that are going to get the Jazz fined. Then you're never going to get a story ever again.
It's true. By the way, the Jazz are not telling me who they're signing, so.
No, because they don't want to get fined.
Correct. They also don't want to get fined. Yeah.
All right.
1 minute until I think Shams breaks one, just to break the rule.
That's what I was saying. That was the over/under of the minutes at 10 minutes.
Okay.
But no, we're going total. You think the first deal is going to
Not
be
total. AAV.
yearly?
Yearly. Per
year.
Yes.
Why isn't it PY?
It's AAV.
PY's shorter. Per year. What an annual something.
Average value.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I'm a hockey fan now.
That's just people making up stuff to sound smart.
I'm friends with
and then
Kailer Yamamoto now.
People
I get to
hear,
say that.
like one person hears some moron NBA person go AAV, and then the next person's like, "Wow, that sounded really smart."
I saw it
I'm
on
gonna have
a graphic earlier today from ESPN.
I'm gonna have
AAV.
to pick up on that because smart people are saying AAV apparently.
Yep.
Did you know it's Turkey A?
Which, by the way, it doesn't actually make sense in the NBA. AAV applies to hockey because regardless of how you structure the deal, the average is what you are dinged on your salary cap. You can start low and pay them higher at the end, but they average it out and they take that out of what your salary space is. That is not what happens in the NBA.
No.
If your first year is $20 million and your last year is $30 million, each time it increases, it changes how much it's taking out of the salary cap by the exact number.
Yeah, but per year you don't sound smarter than people, so you can't be condescending.
That's true. Which is why I use AAV
and
and you
make
use.
everybody else feel inferior.
That's why I use it.
I barely know what Ben's talking about. He must be smart.
They're long initials.
More next. Jacob Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Miami, July 5th and July 31st. Ice Cube's Big 3 is back at the Amerant Bank Arena, featuring big stars like Dwight Howard, Joe Johnson, Lance Stevenson, and more. And featuring your home team, the Miami 305, led by Michael Beasley. Grab your tickets now at big3.com/tickets or Ticketmaster. Presented by iHeart.
Best thing that's ever happened to you financially. Go.
Easy. Sold my car on Carvana. Amazing offer.
Really? I hit 200 on a scratcher.
Did the scratcher come to your house and hand you a check?
No.
How many scratchers did you hit to get that? I hit a button on Carvana.com once.
Okay, that's fair.
It's like the lottery, except you always win.
Not like the lottery at all, actually.
Exactly. Inexplicably good. Offers worth bragging about. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.